Welcome to the youalie podcast, the podcast dedicated to calling out your friends' bullshit. I'm Brian.
It's Chris.
It's very pothead Sir D's back in the building.
Welcome back, brothers.
Back
Good to have you in here kicking that shit, talking that shit, all that good stuff. Having a good time with these topics. It's been a long couple weeks, man. These 2 week ones, we always like.
Yeah, so much life happens in 2 weeks, man. We did it every week, and I mean that was a blast, and we was so consistent. But with these 2 weeks, life just come at you like real fast.
Yeah, quick, fast, in a hurry.
Really quick.
So some of these things can pass us up. So we do got some topics that are happening. I'm sure y'all heard mine. I'm gonna talk about Diddy because the saga just keep on sagaing out here. So if y'all didn't see what happened with Diddy, we gonna talk about it and his apology that came with it. And just wrap that, and it's looking bad for him right now.
And also the video preceding that apology, right? The reason for it. Yeah, we'll talk about it like that. We're gonna talk about it.
Right. What was I think
I'm going to talk about interesting conversation I came across, on the YouTube, in where it was expressed that fatherhood or father was a social construct and was made up by someone. So we're going to get into that and see where that thought or idea even comes from.
Yeah.
Who need for that?
Made it up, huh?
I mean, somebody.
I guess, right? Somebody did put a made up term on it. But, and Brian, what you bringing to the table?
And how long are we into this? Sorry, the ones we can say, well, I want to be talking about adult entertainment and whether or not it should exist, as per Candace Owens. Just so that we know, she brought it up, and people were opposed to it. Some famous people were opposed to it and whatnot. So we gonna talk about that.
The prohibition of prom.
So in order, Diddy Construct P Rn.
Diddy Construct P Rn. That's
that came out weird, but that's what we're talking about. All right.
And when we talk about it, we like to have a good time. There's gonna be plenty of youalie energy, is what we call it. That's when somebody is just talking, getting them facts, and they might be coming out wrong. They might be completely made up. They might just be a slip of the tongue for me, Brian. It's all a brother or a joke. The brother out here making a joke and getting you a lie. It's crazy, but it's possible.
We don't talk about that.
It's all possible.
Hey man, it started again. You step into that's what happened.
And when it happens, it comes with punishment. You get hit with a shot,
or half a shot in this case.
Whatever the term's been boiled down to. Shots, the 20 push-ups, stay ready push-ups, and then the $10 cash app to 805 entertainment because we saving money for some reason.
But we're open to a lot of punishments.
We are open.
And we're also closed to a lot of punishments. So
also some are closed. I think the TikTok one is still. I'm
still gonna push for that.
I'm just come on America. Ban TikTok. Come on America. Oh boy, sell it quick. Anyway,
we got all that. We're about to give y'all all that energy. Have a good time getting to these topics. Let's not waste no more time on it. Let's get on in there.
Hey man, give me the sign. There it is. Here we go.
Here we are back inning. So
Mini Money Mo.
If you hadn't been living under a rock getting your Patrick Star on, you had to see this Diddy.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
You had to see Diddy going through the fire still. The biggest distraction of 2024 is your boy Diddy out here, and it's starting way back from earlier in the year. Of this Cassie lawsuit.
Wait, what? Earlier? Oh, well, okay. The Cassie lawsuit. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. All right, I'm not gonna say nothing. Yes, go ahead. Look. Okay. All right.
I know what I was saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we perked up right now.
Yeah, but she was suing them and everything like that. A little bit of that. I would say evidence leaked to the public through TMZ, and if you hadn't saw it, it was pretty wild to watch. One of these prominent black men in the community out here dogging Cassie like she was getting dogged in a hotel.
Wait, can we? I'm not to cut you off. Not to cut you off. The tape he's talking about, Diddy paid $50,000 so the tape would never.
I heard.
I didn't hear about that, but I ain't gonna say nothing because it's been corroborated.
In the raid, right? That raid.
That's what they said. Got caught in the raid.
Woo! And now it's being leaked.
Okay, we'll get into that.
It can all be you
All right.
needs to, build a case against them in the public opinion, right? The public.
Okay. Well, do we want to talk about this apology first, or do we want to talk about the tape before the apology?
I was
my bad. Sorry.
Building the preference for it. Yeah, it's coming from that tape.
Yeah.
When it got released.
Okay.
Cassie getting beat, stomped, kicked, dragged. Pottery thrown at her, all in the hotel room after.
It was a vase.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are we going into detail about this tape right now, or do we want to hear this apology? I just want to know.
That is the details of the tape, so that we know what he was apologizing for.
Yeah, we don't want to show that shit was tragic.
We're not gonna show,
but we could describe it to you.
Did I not?
Well, there's
Brian wants to play by Brian.
He wants a little bit. Well, all right. Oh, come on, man. We all saw the tape. All right. Do the same thing I just did. You click on the video, and on the tape, you see Cassie walking up the door down the hallway. She runs to the phone or whatever.
Looking cheery like that. It's
on the getaway.
Right?
Have her shoes
oh, right. I'm sorry. I was doing the Diddy impersonation.
Yeah.
Diddy came up the door, and he was like,
yeah, that was Diddy.
yeah, and she got on, if I'm not wrong, she got on the hotel phone. I think she pulled up the phone. She was on the phone because Diddy came, and I don't know what he said to her.
She was at the elevator.
Yeah, she was at the elevator first.
She was called
She was at the elevator. No, because the elevator was on this side of the screen from what we see as a viewer, and then on the other. No, you're not wrong. She was next to
clips.
But where's the phone at? Because she pulled up the phone too.
That's the second clip.
Okay.
2 clips.
Listen, she was next to the elevator. We'll say that.
Trying to wait for her.
Diddy grabbed her by the scruff of her neck and just
slang her.
Woo! Like to the left, and then she was on the ground and was like, "Ooh, that's a lot." And then he took his leg and reared up and
gave her the punt kick,
kicked her in the ass, and then I think he gave her another. And then I think he gave her another kick.
He gave her a stomp,
a stomp. Yeah, you're right.
Franklin.
See, this is why we do it. And then he grabbed her by the hair.
It looked like hair.
He grabbed her by the hair or the hood or both, or grabbed her by something.
Probably both.
And he dragged her down the hallway. Now, I think that she got away again, and then she got on the phone.
When she got on the phone.
All right. But really, you watch, did we see anything else after that?
Yeah, this nigga broke down doing a 40 down the hallway to catch this motherfucker.
Yeah. And then we also see him sitting on a chair. And a side note for Sherman is that his towel tuck was pristine. Yeah.
Y'all seen the activities. The nigga did a backflip and the towel stayed on damn near.
Yeah. And he throwing bases and stuff, and that's where we get the throwing stuff. And the throwing was at the very end, and that was like 0.2 seconds.
Right.
But
he threw the shit out there.
And that's the play-by-play. I'm sorry, man, but I had to say it because we gotta talk about what happened because
it was terrible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe in everybody keeping their hands to themselves, but even if she smacked him first and ran out, that was a lot. That was a lot.
So I'll pull this up because this is what Chris is referring to, and this is what he wanted to get to. And excellent point, of course. But so I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Go full screen. Yeah, this is Diddy's response after the whole goddamn world saw him, telling her to
after he denied all them accounts in Cassie's thing.
Oh,
he
that
said
is true.
All of them charges is not true. He even had his lawyer put out a statement.
We didn't pull up
that stuff is true.
We didn't pull up his statement because he did.
This episode,
of him saying, we did have him saying he got his name dragged through the mud and all that stuff. But okay, after he said that and denied all the allegations, this is what Diddy said. So here we're gonna go. About a minute.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life.
You can't make
sometimes you got to do that.
He trying to look so sincere, but he look like he reading something to the side.
This just remind me of another Diddy video.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
You got to, nigga.
Disgusted.
In 4K. Well, that was like...
That was definitely you.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
He didn't look that disgusted.
When I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. And go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Hey, that shit don't work then for him because he's been getting allegations all these years.
I'm so sorry.
And apparently he wasn't
Committed
allowed
to be a
to
better
say
man each and every day.
her name throughout this.
I don't know what
asking for
this
forgiveness.
thumbnail is. I don't know this was in the video.
I'm truly sorry.
Yeah. Diddy's very sorry.
Dramatic
This is
pauses.
why I stopped shopping on Amazon. And
Was
you
this-
should too.
was that the whole
Don't
video?
Spend another dime on
Hey, this
Amazon.
nigga's PR
Alright.
team
Watch
is
this.
working overtime.
Ignore the
bro.
ads, please. Ignore the ads.
They gotta be
Okay.
working overtime.
I should have known.
like-
All right. So, how do you guys feel about that apology? I guess.
He was trying to cover himself. You know what I mean? He's a
Mm.
prominent guy out here. He's
Mhm.
got to stay ahead of the narrative, or at least make some kind of play on the narrative. He got a lot of business dealings tied to his name, and he's he could really suffer.
I heard he already got dropped by a whole bunch.
And why? And how could
more?
you straight up lied to everybody saying you weren't doing these kind of things, and now there's video evidence and other accusations and other rumors that continue to float out about you, man. Your credibility is looking shot out here.
Mhm.
He got dropped by like at least a dozen or more sponsors just when that video came out.
Yeah.
So this nigga is losing. He about to be losing a whole bunch of money.
I think we talk a lot about accountability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things, and Diddy's career would have took a hit in every single facet of accountability. If he would have took accountability for, his sexual activity, if he would have took accountability for his physical abuse against, whoever, if he'd have took accountability for his, toxic behavior or for his drug use, but he never took accountability, not one time, not all the way up until footage came out of him doing at least one of those things.
And then even still, he made an excuse during it. Oh
Yeah.
I was
And
messed up.
if you look at some of his old shit, he'll say, well, I don't, how are you? Like he kind of references it a little bit, but there's not accountability, but he'd be like, I'm not who I used to be. Now I'm brother love or whatever.
But
I feel like that was him trying to tell everybody that he was turning a leaf, but no, man, you still got to show, what you did. No, I blew up this nigga's car. I got this nigga murdered or whatever. Like if you really turning a new leaf, but no, you want to change who you are without taking accountability for all the things that you've done over the last, 20 something years. All right?
Yes. I also feel like maybe he doesn't understand what the word accountability means, because I think for a lot of these celebrities, when they think of accountability, it's literally just me making a video saying, I did that and I'm admitting that I did it. And to them, that's accountability. But that's not really that's not really taking accountability. That's not really making amends or trying to
That is
undo the
accountability.
harm
It's fixing
that you
the
did.
issue, right?
Yeah.
Like, acknowledging the issue was wrong. Is a
That's a part of it.
Accepting the consequences and
But that's why I
moving
don't
forward.
think it goes
Yes.
further than this type of stuff, these types of
Yeah.
videos.
Right.
Because to them, look, I took accountability. I said I did it. Well, no, you had to, because we seen the tape. Because
Yeah.
before
How
the
could you
tape
say
came
it
out,
wasn't you?
you said you didn't.
accountability would have been saying it before the tape came out.
right.
That's accountability.
At
That's
least
just-
integrity.
because you knew what happened. All of these allegations came out and the tape corroborates it, but you knew you could have said something. I think somebody whoever had the button on this tape gave him a chance. Like they really did. And then when he was like, she a goddamn lie, they called him out. Take a shot, Diddy. Take a shot.
You a lie, Diddy, for sure.
Yeah. Somebody called you out.
To me, it also looked like he was either getting cues from somebody or trying to read or reading something to the side, because he
Probably,
wasn't maintaining.
Yeah,
the way he was like, and then to the left.
Kept looking
Yeah,
to the
to the left.
He had a
Yeah.
limp there, trying to water the eyes up. A little
Yeah.
bit to get the
Yeah.
waterworks going.
And it looked like a Bad Boys production. He was talking the same way in the same voice that he do.
Get on my
Bad
nerves.
Boys. Like,
It's his voice.
Yeah,
Right? I mean,
take
it's
that,
his
take
voice.
take that.
That's all he got.
Hey, one of the new accusers that came out, this white girl said that he was came up and assaulted her by like massaging her, rubbing on her, and she said he whispered in her ear, "You like that? You like that? You like that?" I was like, "Dang,
Oh, here we go.
like that. It's kind of believable."
Tanisha said, trying to produce a tear and a sniffle for the camera.
Trying, he was literally trying. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It looked like when kids get in
Yeah.
trouble and they try to make themselves
Yeah.
cry
Yeah.
to make you feel sorry
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, just trying to display remorse when in truth, like you
trying to
just,
call solemn.
It's all an act.
it's the typical, everybody says it nowadays. You're not sorry about what you did. You're sorry that you got caught. And yeah, everybody
in his
saw
case,
what
it's
you did on camera.
absolutely
Yeah.
Which is the lack of accountability you were talking
And
about.
If he would have never said
yeah.
he wasn't guilty before that, then you could give him the benefit of the
Right.
doubt.
Mhm.
But the fact that he stood on and had his lawyers even stand on
Right.
all this is bullshit and I'm
Legally.
innocent. I ain't did none of this. I ain't never put my hands on nobody. All this stuff. Now, it's like you're not really. You're being forced to do this because you got caught.
Yeah.
Owning up to anything before that.
Yeah. So, does anybody have any? I mean,
What he should have did.
yeah, what he should have did
If
I
he wanted
mean,
it to be believable.
if he had wanted it to be believable.
He should have did what did he do?
He should, I mean, if he'd have made it a music video, right? So we found one, and I'm telling you, this is the perfect apology right here. So
The remix card.
y'all got to check this out. Yeah. All right, here we go.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life.
Mhm.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Marquise.
I was fucked up.
Mhm.
I was fucked up.
Marquise.
Fucked
You
up.
already know it's gonna be a banger.
Omar. Hey.
Right, that's how I was feeling. Okay, I'd have been like, maybe he didn't really start it. He put it in the song.
Right.
Who cut this video, boy?
How Diddy died and he made that I'm missing you.
Yeah.
That's the slap.
Look at the Elmo move. He got the cup. Mhm.
I love these players for copyright.
I don't know. Marquis, no copyright strikers, please.
Marquise, you on YouTube too, man.
Yeah, come on, man. All right, y'all get the idea. Y'all want me to play it out? Nope. Oh, there it goes.
I mean, I hit rock bottom.
If you smell.
There you
I
go.
mean, I was just saying. I would have believed he was more sorry if he
I would have
did that.
forgave him for that video. Just saying.
What's the concept? He had to do a little more, maybe an album.
Look, Deshaun Dana, his song Catch You. Yeah, we know. She was in there shaking her ass. You know she was. Courtesy of my wife Tanisha. That was a great video. Thank you for that. I'll tell you right now, man. To iMarquise, whatever, on YouTube. Check him out.
He always making some bangers.
Yeah, he probably got a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Diddy, you should have had him on your PR team.
Don't even hire a lawyer. Just put out a song by iMarquise. You'd have been fine. All the black people would have said cool, and them the only people persecuting you right now. Let's be real.
It's like that Boondocks episode. Remember when R. Kelly was on trial? And his lawyer didn't have a fucking.
We know Boondocks are the truth.
The music.
We just let that trope in real life. Y'all can let us know down in the comments how y'all feel about the Diddy apology tour. If his reputation will be able to, outlast.
It's not salvageable at this point.
What's going on
Does
right
he get
now.
to keep his money? I'm just asking the people. I ain't asking y'all.
Y'all can let us know down in the comments if we had any ULIs in there too. Let us know as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you got a problem with what we said, otherwise, give me the sign.
We got.
It's the fine.
All right. Time to my.
I knew you wasn't ready. I told you.
Time for my subject. I came across this video. It's titled "A Male Feminist," but I don't even know.
I didn't even realize that was part of the title. Male feminist? I guess that didn't seem like feminism, did it?
No.
Okay. All right.
No,
I'm gonna pull this
religious
aside. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll
So this guy came
Sorry about
on. I followed the No Fugazi podcast, so he came on the No Fugazi podcast and was asked to explain his take on this idea that fatherhood is a made up term or a made up idea. His actual words was a social construct, and he was asked to explain why he thought of this or why he believed this, and I don't know. He didn't really make a strong argument. It actually turned into an actual argument. Like, I think some threats was made and some names was called, some ad hominems.
So, I think the point that you're trying to make is that we got the full video here. We're gonna kind of peruse through it because I mean, guys, the stuff this dude was saying. I mean, if you want to listen to all 20 minutes, maybe we'll drop the link. But here, let me pull this up on the stage. Let me go full screen and show y'all what this is real quick. Now, is that all right?
Man, so you said that basically when we peel back.
Which one? Oh, yeah, my bad. I don't know, man. Oh, to go through the Sharon wants to touch the screen so fucking bad. Okay. All right, here. I'll flick through it. But
over there.
Yeah, I wanted to make it full screen for people.
Make it
but
full screen.
Well, I can't because
because it was
we're sharing our screen with people. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we're just gonna play it like this. It's fine.
All the layers. The black woman is God. Before I'm just repeating.
Let me know when you get bored, and I'll
to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what you said, right?
That's what they get.
Okay.
Too.
Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the main...
Okay.
Now, here's where the conversation perked my attention.
Listen.
Especially sitting on a panel with two actual dads.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm a surrogate dad, I guess, because I've been playing.
I already have a problem with this clip. Does anybody already have a problem with this video right now? You look at the video. Do you have a problem with this video?
Not as much as you.
All right. I'm going to point it out. This right here. Because everybody see my mouse? What the fuck is he doing here? Do you want everybody to think you're thinking? Because that's what this does here.
This nigga Brian.
What the fuck is this? All right. That's all I got to say. All right, I'm just gonna cash it. I'm not gonna say that.
Inquisitive face.
This is the smarter guy. Not every one of these dudes is perfect, but okay, I'm gonna move on. All right. Well, let me press play. I'm sorry.
Man come in. Where does the father or the man come into this picture? The black man or any man?
Into what picture?
All right. Now, regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature. So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from an embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man.
Okay.
So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So a father would be a natural.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Keep pause right there. This is a nigga you could tell ain't never watched no Wild Discovery, no National Geographic, no Animal Planet, no nothing. Because, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? There's fatherhood all throughout fucking nature. Is he serious? Is he serious? So what are seahorses? Are them not fathers? They become mothers because they fucking take care of the baby? What about ostriches? Ostriches don't. The girls lay the eggs and leave.
Penguins?
The daddy take care of the baby. Penguins? Like, what the fuck do you mean there's no clownfish? Clownfish actually will become the fucking mother. If there's no fish.
All right.
So what the fuck is he talking about?
I'm gonna step out on a limb here, and I'm gonna ask if anybody knows what the definition of construct is. Does anybody in this room know the definition of the word
I
construct?
couldn't give you
A word by word Webster Merriam.
No, I couldn't. But I can
All right.
give you whatever.
I'm gonna take a guess because I looked it up, but I don't remember it word for word. But basically, it was basically just there was a couple of definitions. The one is the physical construct of like a building or whatever, and then the other one is something that is just totally and completely created by men.
Like just an idea.
This is what I'm saying. If you want to call me out,
the 5-day
you can.
work week. The 5-day work week is a social construct.
I would agree with it.
It is.
That's
really.
a social construct. You are absolutely right. But
It's not. Sperm
and egg are not social
not a
constructs. And the biological creature that creates sperm and the biological creature that creates egg are not constructs of men.
Yes.
Those are not
Absolutely.
constructs. Okay.
I also want to push back on, if you believe in how he's believing, then you have to believe that the universe operates in balance. And you can't say that there is a mother, but there's no counter to what the mother is. A mother is just a mother, just because.
What I said earlier, you can't be a mother without a father.
All right, we getting too deep into
goes
this
Come
because
on, let
come on, man, let the man
We didn't
talk.
even
Let
him
the man talk. We
Come
can let him explain himself, right?
I just have to point out, there's fathers in nature, just for the record.
Father is a construct, apparently.
So you're saying that the father
Oh,
is
okay. Hold on. We got some comments here. Let's address these before we move on, because I want to hear what people got to say. All right. Oh, all right. Deshaun Dana says, LOL. So Dana says, WTF. And let's see, Deshaun said, dude said, no father in nature. All right.
Thank you.
He's never picked up a dictionary. He also says, sound like they conjure an excuse on being a father. Not saying if they are dads or not, but come on. I didn't think about that, but maybe he has kids. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Let's see.
Child support worker.
And Tanisha says, why not get deep into this?
Oh, we just want to let
you see, do you see where we are in the video? 30 seconds. We already deep into it. You don't even know. All right.
30 seconds.
Okay. All right. We're going to continue on with this video real quick.
Natural, but the woman is natural.
Mhm.
Correct.
Do I have that correct? And you're
Correct,
saying
correct.
the reason why you really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could,
Right.
you know,
the logic
put it
was
together.
the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a male. So at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. That's something to put itself into existence to be opposite of the mother. But there's no such thing really as a father.
How old is this?
Can you explain how the father is a social construct?
It's a social construct due to the fact is you're talking about a label that's being placed on a man being a father. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
I mean,
can you be a father at 12 years old?
When I was 12 years old, man.
I'm a quick pause because he's questioning the word and labeling of father, but he's not questioning the word and label of mother. He didn't even,
because that's natural to him.
Well, the issue is he didn't even bring it up.
That's natural
because for one to be the opposite, there has to be the existence of the other, and they're both based on the same language. Okay.
He's saying opposite, but his point now, can you be a father at 12? My first experience of preteen pregnancy was when I was at Emerson, and there was 2 6th graders that had got each other pregnant on campus. One of them turned out to be 12 years old.
Stop, hold on. They got each other pregnant? You a lie. One of them got pregnant, the other one got the other one pregnant.
You know what I mean? There were 2 12-year-olds and one got the other one pregnant.
No.
Man, they became parents.
I'm a Brian.
Yeah, fuck you. You gotta take a shot for that one. You shouldn't even said that. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you a shot for that one.
Take a shot for that one, but
just keep moving. Just keep moving.
Y'all
Go
know
ahead.
what I mean.
Make your point.
Y'all know what I mean. The point is, she kept the baby, and the little 12-year-old had to absolutely be
a father
at 12 years old. His parents wasn't finna be a participant, so for him to try to make that point is
But I think his issue, his argument is about the roles. Like, can you be the role of a father at 12 years old? Is the role of a father, as we call it, existing in nature? But I don't.
It's not impossible, but the thing is, this thing of arguing the roles and breaking it down into the definition,
like gender roles, the same
exactly.
idea, right?
So here's the thing: I'll make the same argument for father as I would the same argument for male. A father is the dude that produced the sperm to create the child and is the biological. Yeah, is the biological, help, that a male have.
He probably ain't got no dad in his life, and that's why he feel this way. But
Yeah.
not being there as a father is a totally different thing.
Your feelings don't matter. Somebody donated their sperm so that you could be an individual human being. We ain't even talking about cloning. In cloning, maybe you don't need sperm, but if you want to create a singular individual person, you got to have an egg from a female,
the good old fashioned way, the analog way,
and a sperm from a male. And these also have definitions. To everybody out on the internet, I'm sorry, but a female, guess what? This person produces eggs and they can't be anything else. As far as we know in science, they can't be anything else. This person produces an egg. They can strap a dick on. They can get surgery for hair on their face, but guess what? They're still a female. Same thing on the male side. You can get your dick cut off and everything, and you may not be creating sperm, but guess what? You're not making eggs. You're not a female. So guess what? So this is where people get caught up, is the definition of a man and a woman. They, instead of tying gender, which gender I think is the correct thing to say, but instead of tying gender to the word man and tying gender to the word woman, they're trying to confuse gender and take the word man and woman and make them mean something else, when these definitely refer to gender, and gender is a biological thing. Now, if you want to talk about sexual orientation, we can talk about that shit all day. And guess what? That's over here. But gender is a real thing, and there's only two. That's it. That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Be controversial. Don't look at him.
I agree with what he putting down. Put it down, sir.
So
they also could be like Deshaun said, these niggas trying to get out of pay child support.
So let's see, right.
I'm not a father, Your Honor. Fathers don't exist in the wild.
That's going down my lane of what this dude's angle is. Tanisha said, if he's a parent, then what do his kids call him?
They call him male. He grew up into a man. They call him man.
I don't know.
In June, he celebrates Man's Day.
They do not call him.
You know what they call him? They call him Construct.
Yeah, he don't exist. He's just daring.
We're going through the chat.
They call him Construct.
Opposite, you can use not to negate. What are we talking about here? That's okay. Tanisha says you absolutely can be a father at 12. You can be a father biologically, but a dad, I don't know, man. That's a little bit harder to ask of a 12-year-old
who's still trying to figure out, themselves.
So you play grown games, get okay. That goes with the last comment. Let's see. Deshaun says he agrees
on the gender stuff.
Yeah, on the gender stuff, and agree on the gender statement. That's just the truth. It's a scientific fact. People don't want to go into the dictionary to know what our words mean, because I wouldn't have a problem.
Because I can't use them how I want to if I know what they mean.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I go to somebody who's trans that hasn't not, it doesn't matter whether they fully transitioned or not. If I go to them and if I go to them and I tell them you're not a woman, I would get persecuted, even though what I'm saying is true, right? Because a woman is not a role; it's tied to gender. Like, you can make a new word if you want to. I don't give a fuck.
But that's the same argument he's making for father. Yeah. He's saying that's the same that they make. The argument they make is woman.
And I would tell them the same shit I'm telling the people about trans.
Construct. Yeah. But their argument is that the word woman is a social construct.
Yeah, a construct.
So the definition can fluctuate.
No, the word woman describes the reality. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What the accurate argument should be is you can claim to be a woman all you want, but you're still a biological male. You're still a because when you start using the terms that they say are construct, that's what they'll get hung up on. Yeah, fuck all of that. Fine, you don't want it to be called a woman. Fine, okay. You're still not a biological female. Okay, if you don't want me to say you're not a woman, you're fine. Fuck it, but you're not a biological female. That's what you can't. So to mix those, it's like a gaslighting situation.
They'll just say female don't exist. There is no female. Then they'll just throw out the whole female part.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing. He's doing the whole father thing. Like,
all right,
like niggas just.
Let's move a little bit forward. This, we'll get through these PowerPoints, and let's see. The father is a social construct. I think we covered that. Do y'all want to hear what he got to say about it?
You said, well, that because the father is not from nature, and I want you to explain how isn't the father not from nature?
Okay, you guys, I'm just gonna save y'all some time here. It was bullshit.
Anything for that, man? Scientifically, can you dispute what I said?
You sound uneducated, like to the point where this is so level of surface to the point.
God dang, man.
How could you sit here? I'm just asking you, like, how could you sit
Educate me.
here and tell me that my father gave me what all males are females before they turn into.
Let's give a little bit of context because I remember what he said. This dude basically broke down because the other guy says, your mother is the one who made you, your mother is the one who decided whether you were a man or a woman. And the guy basically came back and said, well, this is how chromosomes work. The woman only produces one. It is literally up to the man. Even if it's a random chance, it's the man. It's a 50-50 chance. And it comes from sperm that whether you're a man or a woman, he decides basically whether you're a man or whether you're a female, whether you have a beard, whether you have a penis, whether you have breasts, whatever. Okay. So that's what he's saying. So this dude basically told him you're uneducated for that.
Because he threw XY chromosomes in.
I'm going to hit play because this guy we're just going to let him
to a male based off the decision of the mother. Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries.
Nobody sold
your
me up.
penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside-out female. I'm sorry that this man has never been told that, and he doesn't understand that he was made in the likeness and the image of his mother. I'm sorry that before anybody ever taught him anything, his mother was there. Your mother is literally the only thing that you know in life. You don't even know if that's your father, right? But your mother knows if it's your father or not. Oh, I'll calm down a little bit. Now,
this is actually good.
No, that's my question. You just said that the patriarchy always takes over the matriarchy. How can you say and even think logically that the woman came first if she's not strong enough to defend for herself? Answer it now.
Well, I'll calm down a little bit. Now, let me answer. In regards to the patriarchy taking over the matriarchy, it had nothing to do with strength. You have to understand that's brute strength. So what it was the son turned against his mother. The son literally turned against his mother. So instead of being a protector, the son became the predator. And then Christianity and all of these other religions were created to teach men that they were higher than women. How do you think the oppression started, woman? They needed religious context to literally turn your man against you. You can look throughout all the religions.
Did you ever think that the woman, that the man is just stronger than a woman?
Oh,
shit. That the man is just stronger than a woman and more superior than a woman?
This nigga on some whole shit.
I think that.
He's using derogatory female
I have you on.
Where you at?
Bro. Listen, actually, here's what I'll do for you because I've been waiting for someone.
All right. Well, to all my black folk out here, when a black man gets mad when he losing an argument or he get caught off guard, I mean, can we all agree that this is common behavior? All right, like
anybody, not just black.
I was gonna say not just black men.
Yeah, if
49% be just so
we've talked about these personality types because people talk about alpha males and what alpha males are. This is somebody who sees himself as an alpha male. When somebody that is intelligent in any form or fashion questions you, corners you, and makes you look dumb, then all of a sudden, it's not about the conversation anymore. Now it's about
the fresh and fish shit.
Now with this dude, with this dude, he's saying I'm gonna whoop your ass and blah 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 blah. We've all heard this shit before. We've all seen it play out and stuff.
Remember the fresh and fit and Ivan preached it.
Tanisha says, "Who is this dude? We don't know. We don't care. This is some fake ass R. Kelly looking nigga." But he's basically losing an argument. Whatever. Let's get to
like 2-bit off Power.
2-bit.
Because the root of it, the cause of it is false. The man is superior than a woman. Why doesn't a matriarchy?
If the matriarchy will always be in existence, it's just been hijacked by the patriarchy. You wouldn't still produce us.
How
can you just chill for a minute? Can you give me a little bit so I can talk to people to get them to understand why I'm coming from?
No. It ain't going like that. That isn't how. After that, we could box. How about that? Let's do it. If you really feeling that, if you really feeling froggy, I'll send you out here. I'll put that on my word. And we got hundreds of people in here now. We're gonna approve to that offer. If not, then shut up, nigga, and pay attention to the hierarchy. Here's the rules. So I'm gonna ask you questions, and then you're gonna listen, and you're going to answer these questions because you're just talking just to talk. Do you understand? So, question here.
Little boy. You're a scary little boy.
Cool, man. You still talking, bro.
Scary little boy.
Question here.
How can you still flying out a nigga and fighting?
Now, the thing is, a lot of men would say that this is a female tactic that we call moving the goalpost.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
This dude, now it's not about what we're talking about. Now he's just going pulling the question of manhood. I mean, we don't really have to go any further into this.
So it's broken down.
Yeah. So
So now that that's over with, I'm sitting here on the panel with two actual dads, fathers, social constructs even. And I want to know, do you guys feel socially constructed, or is your role very much a very real?
I think there are stats that back up that the male sperm donor, if he's not present, the child suffers from the absence of that figure. Now, we can get tied up in what the name of that figure is, just like we get tied up in what we call a man or a woman, but at the end of the day, what you're arguing is illegitimate in so many ways, that you're trying to break everything down and move it around and win people's emotions instead of somebody pinning you down on the point. This dude is doing the same thing, and I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in and say this dude is just cruising for pussy.
Yeah, I feel like he padding too, like trying to get girls.
Yeah,
protecting our black women.
Yeah. Tell women that they're gods and they'll want to fuck you. That's not. Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I would say.
Hold
on, let me get my.
This guy's ignorant. My bad. I was just putting it out. I'm sorry.
What was my point?
Go ahead.
I would say a lot of the same things. I would want to. I kind of agree and disagree. I know I'm a father. I show up in that role all the time. And do I always agree with maybe what society says a father is supposed to be? No. That could be one thing of it too, but
that wasn't the point. I could stand by that point, though.
Right. I
could have stood by that.
Do I exist as a father? There's no other way to shake it. Yes,
you literally can't
no other way to shake
without having a father.
I'm not a social construct. I fucking exist, and I did what you have to do to be a father in every sense of the word. So did he, and so did Sherman. And you could argue that if anybody's a social construct, it's him.
Right.
I'm the social construct dad.
He should be arguing for it, and guess what? He disagrees.
That is
for
very
real.
true.
Technically, it could be because hell, I've played that role in many of lives without having produced any offspring myself. But my argument would be that it exists in the opposite of what his argument is, and saying that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I can say it does exist as a social construct. He's saying it doesn't exist because it's a social construct.
Doesn't exist in nature.
Because it's a social construct, and that's just not true.
We didn't create the idea of a father.
That's just not true. If you look at, like, for instance,
plants,
other,
you go to plants.
You can look at plants. If you go to other primate type fucking species and stuff like gorillas and stuff, that father in there actually plays a father role, raising the babies, protecting the babies, protecting the women.
Even lions have roles. I mean, it's not the same. It's not that. The woman does the protecting, but the father has a role in that.
Yeah. And even in primate groups, and there are different primates where it is like a mixed father thing where nobody knows who the father is, and it's the one. There are and there are matriarchies. These things exist in nature, but they're not constructs.
Right.
They're not constructs. This is actually how it works. So in some things, in some species, there are no fathers, and they all look out for the children. That's not our species, by the way. You better know who the fuck your kid is, and don't lie about who the baby is. But yeah, that's just to say this whole thing was just, it smacked of a dude who was just, I feel like he doesn't believe this shit. He just believes what somebody told him. It could have been his mama. It could have been some other dude off the side.
He also is coming from the point of believing that the black woman is literally God himself or God herself. And so that also is shaping his whole ideal of a mother being a natural occurrence and a father being a made up thing, even though you can't have one without the other. Yeah. What I kind of understand in his references, he was referencing some religions that do worship goddesses and do have the higher being female and Mother Earth being all of that.
It all bridges back to.
Yeah. And I understand all of that, but even still, all of that wouldn't exist. Mother Earth wouldn't exist without Father Time, because you need time for everything to grow. The shit won't grow if there's no time.
Yeah, and then we just assigning gender to concepts at that point.
Larger concepts to make it.
You want to talk about constructs?
To
that shit is constructs, but all right, whatever.
But there were real religions that existed that really like.
Yeah, I like the idea of like
mm-hmm.
trying to personify God. Like I think that's even just wrong in trying to say he is us. He's a man. He's a woman. Like I think as a deity, he's bigger than both of those.
Me neither.
You're not Deshaun. You're not a social construct.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with Chris's statement there. You know,
wrap us up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Oh man, I don't know, y'all. I mean, y'all kind of letting us know how y'all feel already in the comments, man. It's just,
but for the other people who see this in the future, ask them.
Yes, the rewatch gang. Let us know. Let us know what y'all do. Y'all really feel like this is a situation of a made up term? Fathers is a made up construct or don't exist in nature? Hell, I don't know. Even if you believe the black woman is God or don't believe the black woman is God, let us know all this stuff down in the comments. I'm curious to really know.
I missed that day in class.
Also, what do you think is a construct? You know, let us know in the comments below. Is we good? Somebody give me the sign. We're good. There it is.
We're good.
And we're back. So I guess the last subject is up to me, and it's basically Candace Owens kicked up a little bit of a fuss on what's it called? I'm getting confused because it's called X now, but it used to be called Twitter.
I was gonna get you.
No. But yeah, she basically. It's about we deep into the video now. Can I say the word pornography?
Yeah, we in there now.
Right. So she basically she dropped a tweet here. Let me see if I can pull this up.
Do y'all know who Candace Owens even is?
I gotta preface who Candace Owens is, man. We've been doing this for a minute.
They might not know who she is.
Candace Owens is a black woman, very conservative. You know, if her picture was blonde and white haired and she made tweets, she'd be like,
she'd be Tommy Lauren.
There you go. But she's not.
But so she made the Jews mad and they kicked her off their friendship team now. She don't have no home.
So here we go. Candace Owens basically said this tweet, right? Ban pornography. It's a psychological weapon intended to weaken our men. She let's see. As of us posting this, she got 90,000 likes. I don't know how many views, 7,000 replies. Just Pearly Things. Oh, have we talked about Just Pearly Things?
Oh my God, we haven't.
But yeah, she says if women do not want to have sex with young men, what are the men supposed to do? Be absent until 30-year-old women decide they are ready to have sex with them. It's that we don't listen to Pearl. A lot of guys in the comments here provided you. Okay, all right. Let's see. Here we go. Her expounding on it is pornography was created as a tool of enslavement, not freedom. It was created by the most depraved among our human race to psychologically introduce homosexuality, pedophilia, and incest, religious sacraments to Satanists, ban it and stigmatize every person who defends or profits from. You know, we're not going to do all that. Okay, well, y'all get the point, right? She's basically saying porn is what's the word? Institutionally. It's like its own institution. It was established.
It is an institution. I agree with that.
It was established to undermine the human psyche, male specifically. So I will just ask, what do y'all think about that? You know, we'll move on to who said what and who did
I call
what.
bullshit.
That's deep.
I call bullshit. And the reason why I call bullshit is because porn has been around way longer than media, been around way longer than the internet, been around way longer than magazines. People used to paint porn in hieroglyphics, and that ain't stopped now. Man from being great, man from being strong, man from being whatever. So her argument is flawed by the facts that shit has existed for fucking ever.
And they just didn't. I don't know if they even called it pornography when they started doing it.
Right. So I think if she wanted to make an argument, maybe the access to it has gotten like too easy, or people can overindulge now. But to say it was created as a psychological weapon to weaken men, how can you say that when men have been men all throughout history and porn has existed all throughout history? So y'all only on this weak man thing now in this era, but porn has existed.
I'll point out
even when y'all think strong men exist.
Now, we're not really falling on one side here. It's just that her language is we'll get there. Her language is really strong, right? So she said pornography is a psychological weapon intended to weaken men. So she's saying that there is current intent behind it. Now, do you guys feel like that's a falsehood?
I feel like it's worded wrong, maybe weaponized.
Yes.
But I don't think it was.
If it's weaponized, doesn't that make it a weapon?
But I don't think
but I don't think it was bred
made to.
Yeah, like you're saying, like it's going back so far and so deep. But I think it does. You can use it to manipulate, to distract, to there is tools that.
Now don't hold that thought and continue it. I'm just gonna say Shanice said, and not only men watch porn. Excellent point, but I'm gonna say like 98% of porn watchers is probably men.
No, you a lie. You a whole lie.
Do we have the stats to back that up?
No, I don't know, but I can guarantee you that was some bullshit.
We can look it up right now. Somebody want to do it? You know what? Somebody send me a link, and we're gonna move on with this conversation while we do it.
We got women in the comments.
Okay.
He said 98% of porn watchers is men.
Isn't guns worse than porn for weaponizing? That's a whole different conversation, and it's not. That's not a mental psyche type of thing.
Take on guns, so
that's a whole different conversation. Let's see.
Shanice says a lot.
The same can be said about anything. What's the percentage of women that watch? Well, please, I want to know. What's the percentage of women that watch? I know it is more than 2. I was just saying a thing to make a point, but we know how this show goes. Okay, it's fine. If you can find the numbers and disprove me, I'll do it. Whatever the fuck it is that you want me to do. But the point that I'm saying is that that porn is targeted towards men. That's my point.
Well, that's because men pay for porn, but women often participate in, and usually sex is what sells products to the female target audience. The sex itself, men will pay for, but people weaponize sex and porn to sell people products, and that's usually to females.
Products? I don't think they need the product. They can just sell you the video.
No. I'm saying like that's where the whole sex sales come from. Okay. Because if you can turn on a female with the product, they'll want to go and buy it.
Even if a female can make it look like the product turns her on, pay the $5. We didn't even get there yet. She said pay the $5. Stop it. Stop it.
Wait,
all right. Stop it. But even if the woman makes it looks like whatever the French fries or whatever arouse her, that gets.
You remember them old Carl Jr. commercials?
Who do you think that ad is for? Yeah, I know, but who do you think that's for? It's not for women.
Yes, it absolutely is. You think we looking at the motherfucking burger? We not gonna go by the.
I'm saying the ad is not for women.
Oh.
That's my point. That's predominantly true, right?
I got you.
I don't think Chris is gonna find anything. So what happens if you find nothing? Does that mean that you gotta pay the $5 or whatever the is?
I just think how you want to look it up doesn't really exist.
Yeah, I feel like we run into this corner a lot. The point I was making. Okay.
The most thing I've seen is 44% of men watch porn. 11% of women watch porn.
I'll let y'all continue looking.
Either way, both of those is different than what he said.
So, do you guys feel like porn was created as a tool of enslavement? And do you feel like it was created by the most depraved among our human race?
That's what got me. That part got me because that felt really disrespectful to people who really take that shit serious. To people that's their livelihood and shit. Okay. People who do that because they want to just call them depraved for being. I mean, half the fucking feminist movement is sexual liberation. How the fuck are you gonna sit here?
I'm gonna read this tweet right here, and then I'm gonna point out what my problem is with Candace Owens and her stance on this. Okay, what she says, I also want to say to the men that struggle with pornography, you were the intended victims of it. Don't feel ashamed talking about it. Knowing that it's wrong is a great first step. There are a ton of podcasters who do work in this space and can help. Now, does anybody else see the issue with this stance that she's taken, this sympathetic stance that she's taken?
Sorry, I think you're wrong.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I haven't found anything that's concrete like that, but I think based on everything I have found that you would be wrong.
Please lay it out for me. I'm listening.
But it's just more of the. But say what you said, because it's just more of the percentages of women that watch.
Go ahead.
He said 98% of porno watchers is men.
Hey, yeah, I threw out a number. I'm paying for it.
Current studies estimate that the prevalence pornography use is relatively high, especially in men, around 60 to 98%, compared to women, 30 to 90%.
Hold on, I said 98%.
It's a 60 to 98%.
Okay, but I said 98%. What number did y'all drop? With 30 to 90% of women
watch porn.
So what's the percentages here, though? See, if we're
he's asking for like a sample size of people, and that's not what the breakdown is. They're saying of the men that watch, of men, 30 to 98% more likely to watch, or 60 to 98%.
Yes, but if he's saying, but
that's okay.
If he's saying 98%,
so what y'all calling
watch?
I agree.
Is
that's
men,
what I said. I think that he would be wrong.
All right, you know what? Here,
counters that.
I'm gonna be magnanimous here, and I'm gonna say this: you guys believe that 98% of men will watch porn, but you don't believe that it's 2% of women.
I believe it's way more than 2%.
I believe it's way more than 2%.
Y'all see how great
women in the comments that saying that it's more than 2%.
What you want for a punishment? That's not the 2%. This is, you know what?
No, I'm not saying that. Stop. That's not what
do you want? What do you want for the punishment? It's fine. It's fine.
100% of them.
That specific youalie does not. It doesn't undermine my point. With the point that I was making, you don't have to believe the numbers, but the skew is the point that I was trying to make, right?
That men overwhelmingly than women, yes. But there's this weird conception that women just don't watch or participate in it, and that's just not true. Like that's
well, what I mean, it's nowhere close to the amount of porn that men watch. It can't be close. There's no way it's close.
It's probably not close, but I guarantee you,
all right,
it's not.
All right,
super tiny.
All right,
anyway,
well, yeah. Let me know what you want
to
for
the point
it.
of what you said. Give me a shot.
Okay.
But you can do it later.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So what do you guys think about this stance that she takes, saying, you know, that men are the victims of it and don't feel ashamed and whatever?
I feel like they're trying to create a victim mentality from watching porn that should not exist. I guarantee and I'm just going to use my own situation as an example. From me, all my cousins, all my friends, we have all at some point in our lives stumbled across a motherfucking stash of our dad's either magazines or VHS tapes that was porn like a motherfucker. And not one of them felt guilty or a stigma like it was victimizing them to have that shit. It's only when we get to our generation and beyond that it's creating this narrative of being weaponized or we're being victimized by pornography. And that's because a couple of people who may have a porn addiction, I believe that's a whole different conversation than to take porn itself and create and to make a general, like to make it the same effect on all men. And that's not the case. That's just not, you can't do that.
Well, this is what, like with all our vices, right? Like this was the issue with alcohol. People get drunk and they kill each other or whatever. Let's ban all alcohol. But no, I get drunk and I don't kill nobody. I should be able to have a drink at my house and be cool. It's a responsibility thing. I think with porn, to her sympathetic point, there is some, there's consequences to oversaturating yourself. I think with porn, you can lose that ability to connect with people. You probably shooting off your load quick. You probably don't know how to interact with women.
It's like any other addiction.
That's not what happens.
Like any other addiction. I'm just saying these are things that can possibly happen. So I get that, and the access being there where my son could probably easily pull up some stuff on his tablet and I would be none the wiser, and he could start an addiction to something super early. So there's stuff there, but that can also happen with a woman. I don't think that's not an issue for just a man. I think that's an issue just also for women. So
that's also not the.
It's a responsibility
argument
thing
she's
for me,
making.
not a what's she calling it, a sickness.
She's making the opposite argument that its intention is to target us, to destroy us. And
I don't think it's that.
And a year ago, I sent the video earlier. A year ago, she had a whole different take on how to deal with them. Don't call them the fringes of society. We shouldn't treat them like our worst. Remember that? That's what she said at the end of that.
I have a feeling she was talking about women.
No, she was talking about the men. Remember
Okay.
on that video, you had it queued.
Well, it's a $1 billion industry, so it's not.
You want me to pull up this video real quick?
You had it queued right there at the end.
All right.
Remember?
Here.
That's how she felt before. Just a single year ago. So this is not to do this weird flip flop.
It's the back end of her summation on what she said.
On to her next lick.
Right. It is a true addiction. It is a mental addiction, and it's not going to get better if we keep treating these people like the scours of our society. We need to have the conversation openly and recognize that what is feeding this addiction is the complicitness, the marketing of every brand is complicit in this porn addiction. These social media companies are complicit in this porn addiction. And a lot of these individuals are in fact victims of this addiction. So I'm not saying this to make it seem like, oh, we need to all be so sympathetic towards Jesse James. Jesse James needs to check into rehab as he once did once upon a time when he was exiting his marriage with Sandra Bullock. He needs to seek help. But we as a society need to be more open to understanding that they need help, not further denigration. And that's all that I have to say.
It's denigrating people that watch porn.
She is. She just did in her tweet. That's what I'm saying. She's like literally arguing with her own self.
I'm not even coming across arguments.
Me either.
Before we get to what Cardi B has to say, I will say that
although the red pill do be pushing that shit, the red pill.
Candace Owens said the word complicitness, and you know what she left out about who is very, 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 very predominantly complicit in porn? Women are complicit in porn. You gonna tell me that 100% of the women in porn are victims?
I think there are some of that, but no.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that what she's saying is a complete falsehood, but it's the thing that you pushing by pointing at men. Yeah, of course, as men do have a visual stimuli thing where, porn is a thing for men. But guess what? Most men on the internet, and there's a percentage that don't care if it's a woman, but most men on the internet are going, and teenage boys, maybe more specifically, going to look at girls and women.
That's because most men in society are heterosexual.
But listen, if there were no women on the porn sites, guess how unpopular porn would be?
I wouldn't be in there, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, you can't tell me that every single woman on a porn site is a victim. Come on, let's talk about OnlyFans. All these women getting taught as empowered and stuff like that. This is there is a matter of choice. Now, it gets bogged down. It's a spectrum, okay? Everybody like to use the word spectrum. It's a spectrum. There are victims in porn, men and women.
Yes,
there are people who choose that life, men and women.
Yeah.
Now, the reason that most people go to porn sites is to look at women.
That's and I would say that's 90% of porn users.
That's all I'm gonna say. So we gonna talk about complicitness. Okay, the complicitness of the advertisers, the complicitness of the porn sites, the complicitness of men, and guess what? The complicitness of all the women
who get
on there. Now I don't know how many of those women got a gun to their head before they make these videos, but the rest of them to some extent are making a decision.
Right.
All right. But that's the point that I'm
It's a unnecessary cycle though, because the only reason so many women are complicit is because we as men make the market so lucrative. If we didn't pay for porn, it wouldn't be so many women participating in porn. So it's like this weird cycle that goes in a circle.
The women gonna go where the money is.
Yeah. Where the money reside, where the money reside. That's where they gonna go.
That's where they gonna be at, man.
I'm just saying, that's the same thing with OnlyFans. OnlyFans would not be a multi-million-dollar, probably $1 billion
industry. These Instagram influencers wasn't ripping off $500,000 a month, shitting and pooping in jars,
and farting in jars, and niggas are paying for it.
If somebody wants to give me some legitimate studies and percentages that say that most women in porn are victims, please drop it in the comments. But nobody has any proof. As far as we can tell, these women are, for whatever situation they're in, you don't, when a man robs a store because he poor, you still blame the man for robbing the store. So, you know what I'm saying? So if a woman get on a video and do what she do because she poor, are you gonna blame the man for taking advantage of her? That's dumb.
Because he had lights in the camera, like, I got
people get pulled into these situations, and it's up to them to decide to do the right thing, no matter how much it may hurt. Or, you know, you can justify what they did. You know, some people will do that and do what you got to do. But to point out one side of this problem as victims and the other side as addicts, that is really disingenuous.
It's the mother-father argument again.
That's that's really disingenuous to go over here and glorify one side and victimize the other. That's not how that works. It's, or not glorify is the wrong word, right? You victimize one side in a way of pity, and then you kind of accuse and the other side of, you know, being dirty. And that's like, nah, that's not really how this works. That's not how it works. So I would tell, we can talk about what Cardi B said or whatever, but I would tell Candace Owens to shut the fuck up. Like, don't go come over here throwing pity at me. Most men would too, actually. A lot of men, they watch
most
porn
don't
and
feel like victims of porn.
we might watch some porn and move the fuck on with our lives. That's what most men do. It's the women that are fucking bogged down because it's too easy for them and it's a trap for them. That's my take.
I might feel some shame afterwards.
Hey, every male is at the post nut shame. You dirty creature. You so get this junk out of my face. Yes, we have, but should it be banned though? Calling for a total ban.
It's just another one of those human aspects that is being capitalized on. That's a better word. Yeah. Just like you hungry, we gonna sell you some food. You horny, we can sell you some porn. You know, if you can't get out there and pay for pussy, if you can't get out there and get you a relationship and get you some, you can subscribe to this website and get your fix that way. It's just another way to capitalize on that.
$40 for some head or $6.99 for this month's subscription.
Ban porn in this way and in this aspect. In a few years, there'll be holograms, and you can pop up the porn that way, and you know it'll continue to evolve. Yeah. So ban porn would be a waste of your time.
Yeah,
that's what I can't wait for. I can't wait for interactive pornography.
We won't share this video, but Sherman also dropped something in our Discord about the most recent Abba and Preach video of a girl who basically was sick of her own decision to be an OnlyFans model, and she talks about how she was like desensitized and no longer attracted to men and stuff like that. Yeah. Like you dig into this and you say it's an easy market, and it's not an easy life. After you do it is when you figure it out. Yeah.
They have to get weird, but you're selling a fantasy. That's the problem.
And you're doing it by yourself, so it's like, okay, I can do it and send it to you, but now you got to live with the fact that you just whatever it was you did. And set that up.
But speaking on her specific situation, the problem I have with girls like that is she allows those specific personal interactions with a couple of creeps on her to shape her whole view of men in general.
That's what I said.
And that's what pisses me off. That's what I said. I'm not interested in no man because I think all men are creeps because a couple of men sent some weird shit in your shit. Yeah, those are the type of men that's gonna say some weird shit because they're paying for your subscription.
You're in that environment. Yeah,
nigga, like you're not gonna bump into a nigga at the bar and he gonna act or approach you the same way as the nigga.
You buy your panties.
Yeah, that's trying to buy your panties in your bathwater.
That's a rare occurrence.
That's a bold play.
That's a story you tell. Yeah, that's a story you tell your friends later. That's how rare that shit is. You be like, I went to the bar and you lost it to me.
Lost the you alive. Yeah, you alive. Exactly. That's the new you alive.
Yeah. So
for real, that's my problem with that though. You're choosing to be in this field, and then you're allowing your negative interactions in this specific field to shape your general like ideas of men in general. It pisses me off, like stupid bear fucking shit that I wasn't here for. That shit pisses me off.
But to address Chris's question, ban may not be the right thing to do, but the step that the government has taken in regulating it, I don't know how I feel about this specifically, but there are some states that actually require you to put up your driver's license and stuff. I don't like that because
I don't agree with that either.
But at the same time, verification of age probably is a good idea. I'm not saying that I agree with them taking your ID and stuff like that, all of that, but what's the other solution? Yeah, what's the other solution? To be real, I mean, you giving up your info every other different way. So what does it matter?
I wouldn't want to put my ID on there.
I'm not. Yeah, but if I'm giving up my ID on something like a shopping website, it's not the same as me giving my ID up on a fucking porn website. They can use my information.
Well, some states got that already.
But both can use it.
But
so if you in like Kentucky or whatever, you put up your ID to the camera.
So this is why I disagree, because there's no way you can fully regulate and truthize. I don't know how to fucking truthize somebody's fucking age verification unless you're doing stuff that's like retinal scan
verified
or fingerprint.
I didn't goddamn retinal scan. A fingerprint? God damn.
I'm saying, like, because other than that, anybody can get somebody else's ID, anybody can get anybody else's IP address, anybody can get anybody else's fucking like whatever that shit is.
It's like you can click the I am 18 link.
Yes. And that could be their age verification thing. Well, they said they was 18.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. So there's no way to regulate that. So that's why I don't agree with that. It can only set up a space for a lot of people to get scammed and a lot of people get their information taken. So and a bunch of bullshit happens.
Okay. Well, I just finalize a couple of things. Yeah. To finalize a couple of things, what was your answer to this question that you posed?
Should it be banned?
Should it be banned?
I didn't pose that.
I posed that.
I think you did ask.
It was me.
It was you?
But I said no, ban is
you a lie.
I said ban was not the answer.
You a lie.
This won't be resolved till later, but okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see later on. The video got to be watched. But
I want the $5 to the cash app.
Until then, I guess I'll address the crowd.
The video got to be watched. Chris just said he didn't say it.
That don't matter. We got video.
You don't trust it.
Yeah, we got video. I'm gonna take y'all word for it, man. I'm calling up with y'all.
You take my word in the past.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we'll look at the past. But in any case, I guess to the people out there, do you think that pornography? Yeah, that's what we should call it. But do you think it should be banned? Or, what do you think about Candace Owens' take? Do you think that it's men that are pushing the envelope, or is it the industry, or is it the women? Let us know in the comments below. And that's about all I got for us. We good? Yeah. All right. There it is. There's a signal. Okay, there we go.
All right, folks, that has been another episode of Youalie.
Youalie.
Another good episode in the books, you know what I'm saying? Youalie. Let's talk about some good topics. The recap of
I was engaged.
The Diddy saga. We also talked about Construct. Is it one?
Is it? I see what you're doing, Chris. What's the next one? What's the next one?
Porn. Should we ban it according to Candace Owens?
Okay. You know what I'm saying? All right, fine.
The title.
You was looking at it. I saw him look up. Anyway.
Yeah, them was the topics. Make sure y'all follow us, share the video, give us a like for the algorithm. All that stuff matters.
Please, for real.
Yeah, all of that.
They won't promote our videos if you don't.
And make sure you follow our social media. Youalie on everything. Youalie podcast. I think even on a couple of them. But big time, go to the 805ent.com. It'll have everything you need. The links to the social, links to the merch check. Nope, not today. I can't. I got y'all getting these last few weeks. I'm
I gotta get some summer. I gotta get some summer merch because all my merch is winter.
Well, it's all there for you. 805ent.com. You can go there and again follow all our stuff. We still got the blow by blow on the agenda too. So there's little links.
Oh, we got episodes. We just decide when to release. Let us know.
See you to follow and share the videos. Like I said, you can follow me on Instagram for all your graphic needs. C-Boy.
We're not really working on these graphics.
We're not really like we should.
We really gotta get a banner for this.
Oh yeah, keyboard design.
Very simple.
Go ahead, Sean.
Where you at?
All right, you can find me on all my social media at Sir D's, and that's on everything.
Thank you.
Look,
get the right side, brother.
I have to
Get the right side. Sir D's on all platforms. You can find me on X as BDana24. You can also find me on Twitch as I've changed it. I forgot what I changed the name to, but you can find me as Mind of Cow. We don't even got the graphics for that, so it don't matter. But yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, and also make sure you follow the good brother.
Right.
Mr. Petty himself, also on Snapchat. That's the main one. Josh_Will15, and I believe his Instagram is J_Will_R6.
But he's not on there.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to plug our good brother and get him back.
We'll get you back
into the chair when the schedule permits. What else? What else is on the agenda, the itinerary, the benediction? What else we need to say? Not only him,
make sure you hit that subscribe button. We need some more subscribers.
Please.
And tell your folks about us. Tell your friends. Tell them to check us out.
If you enjoyed this,
Tell your mama.
Even if you didn't, your friends might. You never know. I don't know.
That's it. Hey, that's
I guess we out of here.
That's you a lie right there.
Are you a lie?
You a lie?
We out of here.
And we out.